Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squad for boxing news and views from around the internet. And a heavyweight news mashup video today, starting with heavyweight contender Dillian Whyte, who's indicated a return to the ring for him is nearing, saying on social media, back to the grind, it's time to bring the pain again, let's go baby, hashtag Team Body Snatcher, news coming soon. And then also adding hashtag #1baby at WBC Boxing, hashtag WBC World Champ at WBC Morrow, which is Mauricio Suleiman, WBC President. So with these comments here and also the recent interview with IFL TV, because he's been relatively circumspect in recent months since allegations of a failed test ahead of his fight with Oscar Rivas, which was from reports a UCAD sample from June 17. There was an issue with it. He fronted a panel ahead of his fight with Rivas just hours before the fight, cleared to fight, won the fight. Then news of the whole situation emerged through boxingscene.com. Whyte has been relatively circumspect. He really hasn't been in the public eye, hasn't been making public statements to any real extent until the last week or so with this post, the interview with IFL TV. So it sort of would imply that whatever situation has been running with UCAD, the process that he's been going through, could be drawing to a conclusion, could be coming to the end of it with some sort of announcement, maybe imminent or in the next week or two, because he is more public now with some of his statements and indicating that a fight is coming. So he must be confident that whatever's going to be coming out at some point is going to actually cast him in a good light. And he does need something to come out to sort of clear the air, get all the facts of the matter on the table so fans can make up their own mind, because the absence of information has really generated a lot of speculation and hasn't sat well with all fans. So for Whyte, he probably needs to square this away before the next fight date can be announced. Otherwise, maybe fan support and sentiment won't be exactly behind him. But it sounds like from the comments that he's making that he feels that he'll be fighting soon, and whatever this other situation is, perhaps it is going to fall his way, but we'll have to see. Moving on, the Nigerian heavyweight prospect Efe Ajagba has been confirmed to face Jack Mulaway of Belgium in a 10-round fight on October the 26th. So Ajagba, he was added to this card, which is going to be headlined by Erickson Lubin and Nathaniel Gallimore just a few days ago, and now his opponent has been confirmed as Mulaway, who is a 32-year-old. And I've seen a bit of criticism of Ajagba's opponent, but in the context that he wasn't even meant to be on this card, he's only been added because Roshi Warren had to pull out due to injury, so his fight is off. I actually think, I can live with this because he wasn't even meant to be on the card. Clearly he's been training. Clearly he was ready when he got the call. Could he be added to the card? And he said yes, he's taking a short notice fight. And given he's been out of the ring for a couple of months and he's going to have effectively what looks like a tick-over fight here against the 32-year-old Mulaway. So Mulaway himself, you can see here on screen, he is 7-1-1, 3 KOs to his record, 32 years old, as I mentioned, 6'5.5". The only real name of note that he's faced is Herve Hubo, and he lost that one. So I'm sort of expecting that Efe Ajagba will do his thing, most likely to rack up another knockout. So in the context that he wasn't meant to be on the card, I don't mind the fight at all. It is what it is. It's a tick over. It's some activity. And likely Efe Ajagba will be out by the end of the year again, hopefully in a more meaningful fight. And another guy who's been added to a card at short notice is Martin Bakole. So he's been added to the Davies Jr. and Ritson Bad Blood card in Newcastle on October the 19th. And his opponent is going to be Gabriel Nguema of Spain. So he's a journeyman, a record of 10 wins, 9 losses. He's 6'5", 35 years old. He really is just an opponent. I don't think he's got any shot in this one. He's been beaten by the likes of Rafael Tranch, Christian Lewandowski, Oscar Rivas, Evgeny Romanov, Kim Lundqvist. So a lot of these guys when they were on the come up. So I imagine that Martin Bakole is going to make short work of Nguema and will likely get a stoppage in this one. And ahead of this fight, he's been working with Cash Ali, sparring with him. So he put a post up saying that he's been sparring with him and thanked him. Ali has been out of the ring since he fought David Price and was banned for biting him multiple times. That ban must be about up by now. Oleksandr Usyk and Chazz Witherspoon have gone face-to-face for the first time at the presser ahead of their fight this weekend in Chicago on October the 12th. And you can see here on screen, Usyk and Witherspoon, you know, the difference isn't really that stark, is it? I think there seems to be a little bit of a fallacy that Usyk's going to be this tiny heavyweight, and I think some of that stems from he was obviously at cruiserweight, but Usyk is 6'3", so in terms of the division, he's not exactly a midget or anything like that. Usyk is actually, you know, going to fit in with a lot of heavyweights who are there or thereabouts, and when you consider there's a lot of heavyweights that lie about their listed height, they say they're 6'4" or 6'5", and they're really about 6'3". I don't think he's going to have too many disadvantages, except the guys we know who are legit 6'6" and above, who have those bigger reaches over 80 inches. But in terms of the presser, so Chazz Witherspoon, you can see here on screen, he says, "It makes sense for me to step up and take a challenge like this. When opportunity knocks, you have to open the door. I'm the guy that's going to show up to rumble. I'm the bigger guy, and I'm coming to mix it up." And then Oleksandr Usyk, he said, "I want to thank my team for reacting so fast under the circumstances. My team is the best. I love them all. I want to thank all of you for being here. Saturday night, there is going to be some mess." And moving to Germany, where there's a card this weekend featuring Vlad Sirenko on the right of your screen here. Also, a fellow Ukrainian is on the card, Alexander Zarkozy. But Sirenko, he's weighed in. He's 108.5 kg for his fight with Ivan Dibiradino, and that works out to be 239 pounds. And that's actually Sirenko's lowest weight for some time, 8 pounds less than his last fight, and I believe it's almost his lowest weight for 2 years. So yeah, Sirenko coming in a bit leaner for this one. This fight going to be in Germany. Dibiradino, haven't been able to get a weight for him. This is actually, you can see it's from Vladislav Sirenko's Instagram page. And rounding out this bulletin, we have both Tyson Fury and Davew Allen, who have been speaking out about mental health on World Mental Health Day. So we'll end the bulletin on their statements, starting with Tyson Fury.
I've got my mind back, I've got my body back, and I've got myself back. All the things I was thinking back then, I'm no longer thinking anymore because I'm mentally well again. I found the gym, that was my medicine. I think it's up to you to go and find something, what's going to make you happy in your lives. You know, first immediately seek medical advice, and then do what makes you happy. Do what makes you very, very happy.
I'm 27 and a half. I'd say I've been normal for probably about half of that 27 and a half. But that's fine, because I'm still here. Most days are good. And even though there's 6 billion people in the world and only 3 of them care, 3 of them do care, and 3 of them will listen to you, will help you, and you're not alone. So while sometimes we might not feel great, I promise you, hang on in, it's worth it for the good times. So that's my message for everyone today.